Hi, guys, and welcome here to this new YouTube session, which I called the principle or the feminine principle. So that's what I'm talking about a little bit more. Hi, it's good to see you guys. The ones that are here, the ones that say hi, the ones I will see later that will connect in their own moment of time. Yeah, so my talk today is about the feminine principle, and this is, you know, sharing this is about, helping to kind of see the bigger picture, because we need to kind of see the philosophy, we need to see the vision. Need to have a vision. Doesn't mean that you're gonna feel everything right away, because everything kind of needs to kind of merge, like, from the unconscious parts of ourselves, and like gradually open up, and that's how our body awakens. So for me, this has just kind of been a gradual, like, awakening into the different thoughts and ideas of how we can hold our body in the now. I can talk about my past, but actually this is more about my now. I talk about my way of connecting with consciousness, my way of connecting with the body, physical body, my way of connecting with the energy body, and through the energy body, connecting with life, which everything is. So the feminine principle is more, comes a little bit from the Taoist tradition, and Tai Chi, but I mean, it exists everywhere. Sometimes it's spoken, sometimes it's not spoken. In the Taoist tradition, and when you go to Tai Chi, you see that the whole martial art aspect of this is based off of meeting, like, the masculine, the hardness of masculine with the softness of the feminine. So, and when you have met a Tai Chi master, seeing how they can easily just kind of like a wind, just like propel you away, then you suddenly understand that there's like a power to the feminine that the world and most of us are a little bit unaware of. So this principle was like a big part of realizing that your body can open, and to kind of have this inherent strength, which is actually a feminine quality. We can see all these, people talk about the chakras, people that the forward, all these like mind, third eye, all these different chakras up. But a lot of these traditions become like the masculine idea of things. And then you have to apply the feminine, which is like the action, or the kind of like the flow of life. So you can see the man a lot of times, their genitals are focused on, and their mind a lot of times focused on. They're like hollow here. Women, the feminine body is more like hips, thighs, chest. And it's a more grounded, it's a different way of holding your body, which is actually more healthy for the body. It's like why women usually will live a little bit longer than men, but the principle of these things can be applied to everybody, because we all have the masculine and the feminine, and we need to connect with the masculine ideas of ourselves and the feminine ideas of ourselves to create balance. That's when we can kind of release and open up into the energy body. So if you think about it, the man, like a lot of traditions that you hear about when you read a book, words, ideas, laws, rules, that's the masculine. It's like, it's kind of dead in a way. It's an idea. It's like, by itself, it doesn't have any energy. It doesn't have any like power, because you need to kind of see that, and then you have to apply flow. You have to let it like expand. So in the same thing with Tai Chi, you can stay there, you can see an opponent and you can meet them, but then you have to relax. You have to, like, the whole appliance of Tai Chi is like relaxation. So it is actually to understand that the body has always, everything you do, you can think about meditation, but actual meditation is a feminine. You're thinking about doing something, But in the moment you're applying your shape, changing your weight, you're actually engaging with the feminine. You're like losing balance and engaging with the feminine. You're flowing. So when I talk about the ease of life, it's actually the feminine quality of life, or the feminine, because life is a flow. Then we can talk about the void or existence or all these words, but then we have to apply something. We can talk about the consciousness, and when we meditate, and it can be like just very hard, but actually like the other part of stuff we have to release and surrender to it, which is the feminine. So the feminine principle is actually always there. It's kind of hidden because it's easier to just, read a book, to hear about teachings, to law. So it's easy to feed the mind. But if we want to see like the bigger picture of it, then the feminine is always there. It's what gives it a flow. So with my Tai Chi teacher, when you saw that he could a punch, which is, you can have an idea of a punch, I'm getting punched, but then you have to let it flow, and then it becomes, you're absorbing the energy of it. So it becomes energy. It's the appliance of the masculine. It's like the feminine to the masculine. These yin and yang, Tai Chi, Taoism, all these things, it's flowing in life always. And when we are applying anything where we have an emotion, we can say, I don't want it, that you apply things. But when you just freeze something, it becomes a mental picture. It becomes a paradise or a nightmare, but it still might be dead because it just becomes frozen in time. So that's how we have applied our body. That's how our body is stagnant. That's how our emotions are stagnant. That's how our ego is stagnant. From the other part, we can see our ego, the thoughts, but then we have to apply flow. We have to embrace it, which is the feminine. Like the feminine qualities are usually more like touchy-feely, connecting, embracing, loving. So the feminine is more loving. It's more grown up in a way because it's kind of more forgiving and daring to have faith. The masculine is more like wanting words, all these like going after. But when you start seeing the balance of themselves, you can start having more fun with things, because when you are applying something or you're seeing something, but then you're applying it, the fastest way is actually to allow the feminine to be there, which is thinking, instead of like you have to like get there, you're allowing it to happen. It's everybody's talking about The Secret. It's a visualization, but it's actually, you have to dare to have faith and dare to lean in and just allow it to flow, allow it to manifest. So it all is the feminine principle. And that is when you understand the power, then you can go into these different, your ego, you can see at these things. But when it becomes the feminine, your ego is not stagnant anymore. It's flowing, it's changing. You are never like a set description. It's always changing. So is your emotions. Your emotions is not the past of how you have reacted and your past story. It is always adapting and changing and learning and growing and forgiving. The same thing with the body. When you are really connecting with the body and find those connections, then you are applying and enjoying the body. You can enjoy the pain. You can enjoy tingling sensation, burning, cold, heat, all these things. It's the feminine principle. So, I talk about it in these different ways because to see the body, to see how it can manifest and the whole body can open up and hold more energy, is because you have to allow the feminine to come in and it's like a love making with yourself. Women are a little bit more just sensitive, like love making, and man can be like, let's make love. It becomes more of an intent. Let's get an orgasm. While the feminine is more, let's just experience things. Let's just hug. So the body is actually always hugging you. You're always hugging the body. It is the feminine principle. I think I said it a few times. But so kind of like to understand that when I'm also sharing this stuff, we're kind of applying the feminine principle into, we're setting an, I have a subject I talk about, and then I create life to that principle. That is, so we're always creating life to things. We have nightmares, we have worries, but then sometimes by applying life to it, then we can release the worry, we can release the nightmares, we can release our paradise, and then we can return to life, because life in itself is a loving experience. It is the love making of yourself with everything around you. That is the flow. It's just feeling like, oh yeah, let's go, let's do this, being excited. It's all these things, but still we need to see how this can be applied. Like we have to dare to go in there and do it, go in there and get our intention in there, and see to see all these, the fear, the shame, all this stuff that we have kind of thank you. You can, somebody just commented I look like Hawaii, but that's my shirt. So we can see all these, we have to kind of set all these thoughts alive, because we are kind of connected with the whole universe. The fear of dying, of the environment, of food, of all, like war, all these things. But then we have to like set our emotions, our thoughts into action, and see what's there, kind of, and then actually that's also releasing stuff. So that is the brilliance of this. That's why I call it the ease of life. It's so easy that with the mind it seems impossible, unless you have faith in there to just lean in and put into motion. That's what I did. My path was just, I was ready, I put it into motion, and it has transformed my body, my emotion, my mind. It has created this now, and it keeps creating a bigger and bigger now of your energy body, of connecting to love, of connecting to excitement, and to the vibrancy of your energy body, of your physical body, just kind of tuning in and becoming more in tune with, in rhythm and everything. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. For you, if you think like, well, what I have to do, like, is there a meditation? But these works, these YouTubes, my retreats, one-on-ones are meditations in self. Meditation is just listening. Your whole school was a meditation. It's daring to lean in and receive it. Sometimes people give a donation. It's like daring to say thank you. Or sometimes you like, oh, you feel it in your heart. It's like lovemaking. That is what you can do. So you have to feel like, is this connecting to you? Some things you connect with, some things you don't. Just relax. Maybe when you listen to this talk down the line, things will, suddenly you will listen to it differently, because your energy is differently, your maturation is different. So that is the beauty of it. Nothing needs to be forced. Have fun. I will talk more about different things. So if this is like, wait, he talks way too fast, he's too excited, relax. I will talk again. And don't always listen to the words. Feel the energy of it. And if you don't feel the energy, just relax and have fun. Enjoy. Anyway, it's been a beauty to talk to you guys today. Thank you for the people that gives donations. That always help to give this out freely, and always nice with some retribution and giving back. That is part of life, giving and receiving of this beauty we call life. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Ciao.